Graham,
Hey, good morning, Rick. Great to be on the call with you.
hey,
Fantastic.
how are you?
Yeah, doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. Yeah, what an honor. Thank you for booking this call.
Well, tell me a little bit about you. I saw you've got a couple of books.
Yeah,
Um,
couple of
Tell me
books.
about yourself.
Yeah, well, did you listen to my video?
I listened to part of it. It was kind of a busy weekend. We had a death in the family.
Oh, I'm
Um,
sorry.
no, that's okay. I read, but I kind of had to skim a lot of stuff, to be honest with you.
No
Um,
worries. Yeah.
um,
This is more about you though, Rick. You can certainly watch that later on. I'll interject and answer your questions as we go through this if you like. How about you tell me your journey and what we can do to help you?
well, I've been a Gator. I've been in Gator for I don't know, almost since the beginning.
Okay, fantastic.
I
Me
mean,
too. Yeah.
about 2 years.
Okay.
I'm in sub two. I'm a commercial mortgage uh, partner with Investion, so I do some commercial lending.
Okay.
Um, so which is a kind of an odd combination, but
Yeah.
it's a nice problem to have because we've got like right now, they've got money they're just dying to lend out.
I
Um,
know. And that's the case
and
across the whole nation, isn't it? I mean, there's probably more money ready to be deployed into real estate than any other point in history, quite honestly.
um,
Yeah.
and then I'm a Donald Miller business coach also.
Okay. Very
So
nice.
and then I'm a pharmacist in my free time.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Um,
A drug
you know,
pusher.
so yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought when I came across your profile, I was like, I first off, we've never spoken, so I thought we got to get on the
Yeah.
phone,
That's
and
right.
then you might be a really interesting person to have on our podcast. Me and Dave Stein do a podcast together, um,
I'd love
and
that. I'd love it. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, thank
you
you. I
know,
would love
to
to be on a
hear. So
podcast.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of interested in your stuff. I mean, that's kind of like my abbreviated story. So
Okay.
but
I would be
have you
happy
been
to
in
tell you my
Gator
story.
since the
Yeah.
beginning?
Yes. I'm one of the lucky ones who got in for free for giving a testimony. You know, when Pace put that out. So
Yeah.
I got into the elite gator for that. But yeah, I joined Gator the second time he opened the door. The first time I wasn't so sure because, and I'm leading into my story. I've lent out money in the past, a great deal of money to real estate investors, and every single time I've done it, and they've been family members and friends and things, I've lost it. So I kind of had a bad taste about lending money out, But then when I heard, I've been following Pace for years, so I trusted him. I thought, well, let's try it. I joined Gator, and I was pleased to see that he got, all the procedures in place to avoid. Well, you can't avoid losing money in real estate, but to mitigate the risk, shall we say, you
Y-
know, all the obvious mistakes that one makes, like paying directly to, the requester instead of money into title and things like that. That most newbies make that mistake. You know, and
Well,
yeah,
and there's a lot of Gators. You don't hear about if you just if you if you watch the Gator page, you see all these shiny objects, you see all these new people joining with all this enthusiasm, and that's all great.
mm,
And there are success stories, no question.
right, yes,
And I'm very grateful for everything that he's all the education he's given us. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of gators that are underwater.
there are, and
There's a
leadership.
ton. There's a ton of gators that
Yeah,
are
talk
underwater.
talk about it to Jason Parks or Jake or any of the leaders. They've all lost. It's part of the deal. And from my first round, that's why I wrote this little book, Cautionary Tales from Real Estate Investing. I had over 100 doors. I cut my teeth on carton sheets, no money down. And my first deal was two duplexes single. Absolute fantastic deal. No money out of pocket and got cash at closing to fix it up. So it's spectacular. That was back in 2003. And that was my start. So I was off to the races. My next one was a 24 unit and got a community bank to give me a first position. Seller carried second. He was an old man. And I just put a little bit of money, you know, for closing or what have you. So that was my skin in the game. Got a 24 unit. And then over the next year, effectively doubled the rents and refinanced and leveraged that into my next deal. And I kept doing that. In 2006, had $1 million in credit lines. I was fixing up condemned apartment buildings, ended up with over 100 doors, but made a whole bunch load of mistakes, as you do. Rent collection was a challenge. We're very tenant friendly here in Tennessee, and they had legal representation, and I could never afford legal representation, and I should have done. I think it's a requirement almost for if you're in a real estate business that you need economic access to legal counsel. I mean, we shouldn't hesitate to use an attorney if we need to use one. Whenever we have a contract or a JV agreement or we're transacting in any way, we need an attorney. You know, whether we're being sued or whether we're being sued or we need to sue to protect our business, then we need to be able to do that, you know, at an economic rate.
You know
So
what?
what?
That you raised a great point. I actually got taken this past year. I've got like a deal in Philadelphia was due June 1st, and we're probably going to end up foreclosing on that. So that's late. It's a first lien, but I really don't want to own the property in Philadelphia, you know.
Mm.
Um, but I also had I got taken for I got taken for about almost 6 grand this past year by another gator, and you know, I had a frank conversation with him, and he still says he's going to pay me. He still says he's going to pay me, but he said, Rick, he goes, I'm $85,000 in the hole.
Mm.
He goes, I've lost 85 grand. He goes, I don't have money to pay you. And so what, you know, it's just, even when you do the deals the right way and you've got
Yeah.
all the paperwork in place,
Right.
people can just flat out just be dishonest.
Yeah.
And you know, his bet was it would cost me more than 5 grand to take him to court to get the 5 grand.
Yeah.
So he was just like, he goes, if you want to take me to court, that's fine. He goes, if you want, but he goes, you know, his bet was it's cheaper. But you're right. It goes right to your thing about not having legal representation.
It does. It does. Now, what's it?
I really wanted to, and I still want to, and maybe I will someday, but you're going to end up losing whatever you make. You're going to end up giving over to the lawyer.
Yeah. But what if there was a way? Because this guy, 52 years ago, was involved in a car accident. He was T-boned. He was one of the leading insurance guys. Was selling insurance, and now he was put in hospital, and it wasn't his fault, but he got served papers, and that court case crippled him financially. Out of that pain and torment, a company was born called Prepaid Legal. It's now Legal Shield.
Yeah.
But it's you pay a monthly amount, you become a member, and you have unlimited access to attorneys. And so there is a personal plan and a professional plan. The most you can pay for the professional plan, which gives you unlimited access to an attorney, so you can foreclose or sue or be sued, $185 a month, not $750 an hour or a huge retainer. And they'll write letters, you know, for frivolous amounts of money. Like if you had a company charge you after a trial period and you cancel a subscription, they'll write a letter to them and you'll get your $34 back or whatever it is. So you can have an attorney for any amounts of money. So this girl, for instance, she rented out a car, and she returned it, threw the keys in the bin, and the company wrote her a letter and said, "Well, how are you going to pay the $1,000 damage you did to the car?" She didn't damage the car at all. This was a scam this company was doing. So she just calls up her attorney, legal aid, and they wrote a letter, and then they contacted her and said, "We made a business decision not to worry about the $1,000." So it takes away all that hesitation about contacting an attorney. It makes you bulletproof and gives you peace of mind. It's
I need to think about
crazy.
that.
So I shouting this from the rooftops. I would have still had my business. I wouldn't have gone through the years of pain. It was 25 years of net worth that I poured into my business to try and keep it going. And it's all because I didn't have legal representation. I didn't have the fights. If I had known then what I know now, I would have still had all that business.
Man, you know, this would be good stuff. You know what? And this would be a good stuff for a podcast to get out there.
It would. I want to, I'm on a mission, Rick, to try and help people, stop people first in the community from losing these horrible six-figure sums, and they're littered with it. Every one of the leadership, everyone who's been around a long time, ask them how much money they've lost. They have lost. And they hesitate to get the legal, they don't have economic legal access. And that's what Legal Shield do. They give for a low monthly amount. And you can use
Wow.
them multiple times.
So do you have like any financial relationship with them?
Do I have? Yeah, I'm an affiliate because you can make money by referring it when people sign up. That's how they grow. They give out $100 million. They're destined to give out $100 million this year in commissions alone. Over the last 10 years, they've given up $1 billion in commissions. They've
Wow.
been around for 52 years, and they're the only company that have this model of giving people access to legal counsel. They've leveled the playing field. So you and I are like Trump or Elon Musk, who has an army of attorneys. They have attorneys all over the country. They have them on retainer for millions of dollars. So when you talk to an attorney, if you're a member, they'll stay on the phone as long as you need to. The clock doesn't stop.
As Legal Shield,
Yes.
well, you would be a great one to have on, I'd love to have you on just to hear your story. And so
Oh, yes.
how active are you as far as like your gator now, as far as lending,
Yeah,
you
I'll
know?
I'll lend, but I'm scared stiff in this. Well, I'm not scared stiff now. I've got Legal Shield, but there aren't many good deals out there. I don't know how much you've talked to Jason Parks, but 99% of the deals, and he quotes this, and I agree with him totally, are not deals.
There's a ton of second lien deals that have essentially no money security at all than
Right.
Gator.
Yes.
Because there's these sub two deals. What people don't realize is there is no collateral, because that house, that person who's taking the second position and borrowing the money from you has no skin in the game,
Right.
you know,
Absolutely.
and so many
I
people have
put the
gotten
link
smoked
in the
on that.
chat. I put the link in the chat, Rick, for you to check it out. Okay, because I don't know. I probably coming across very strong, but um, it's a passion because I've been hurt so badly with this, and I know others have too. And for such a low cost, and it's a tax write-off, and if you're worried about the monthly fee, which is really less than $200, be an associate. Make one recommendation, and it covers your costs. So legal access for free.
Well, how did you get an associate? I don't know. Did you just call them and ask them?
No, you just pay a one-time fee of $49. I follow the link in what I just said here, tinyurl.com, G Norris. You click on
Yeah. It
click on
says,
the
I get an error message when I put that in there. It says not found.
oh tinyurl dot
It says tiny URL does not exist.
tiny tinyurl.com. It comes up for me. Let me give you the direct I'll give you the direct link. That there's go through all the steps there, but to become a member, it's just $49. Um,
There, this one comes up.
explore it, do your own
Yeah. Well,
but
shoot, 45 bucks, or I waste that on pizza for.
I know. I know it's like a coffee, just give out coffee for a week at Starbucks or something. I mean, and this could change literally, it can save your business. We insure our cars, in case we lose them, right? We insure our house in case of a house fire. We insure our lives so our loved ones can
So,
bury us, and what have you.
like, how
But
much do you get as an affiliate? How much do you is it worth the 49, or do you get like
yeah.
nickels back?
Yeah. You get like it works exactly like insurance. I don't know whether you've ever sold insurance, but you get a year's premium and you get paid on a year's premium. So there's potentially chargebacks if I sell a $65 program, if they get $70. And so that's essentially what it is. But it builds up residual income because once they realize the value of this, especially if you're serious and they're real estate, you will be using an attorney all the time. They'll pay forever. They'll pay that membership forever, and you get
Oh,
paid forever. So it's residual income.
very good. Gosh,
It's
so what
mind blowing,
what
Rick.
else are you in? Are you in, what else are you in? I know we're gonna run out of time here.
I know, and they're so excited. There's a lot to talk about.
So can I ask what else you're in, or are you in
Yes.
any other real estate programs?
Yeah. So essentially, my driving force is large multifamilies from what I've been through.
Yeah.
So I anticipate making one or two deals a year with large multifamilies, 100 units or more. So these are anywhere from 10 million to $100 million acquisition. Um, and we have a lot of criteria in that. I've got restarted my YouTube channel with 21 educational videos on there. Breaks down all the things that we look for. It's complicated, basically, but the first thing we look at is insurance. Insurance kills cash flow. So no coastal areas. So Gulf, Florida, all the way up the East Coast, California,
Yeah.
anywhere there's a hurricane, forget it. The insurance companies are running so scared, and this year's been terrible with Helene. And now we got Milton on its way to smash into
Yeah.
Florida. I mean, it's going to be horrible. So that is not the way to go near a coast. So 100 miles inland, red states, Sunbelt mainly, red states. And then its location, we like a C-class building in a B-class location, and a whole host of other things. We've run out of
Well,
time essentially, but
if you ever need some money, or if you ever get turned down at the bank, call me.
oh, absolutely. I won't get
Call me.
called down at the bank. We do capital raise, so it's a sponsorship kind of thing. But yeah, we always need money, so you could certainly help with the capital raise. The conventional, we might do the bulk of a commercial loan. Do you do
Well, if you've
commercial
got a
loan?
refi coming up, if you've got a refi or something, let me know.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Yeah, let's book another call, Rick, because I know we got so much to talk about, and help
Yeah,
each other
shoot.
with.
Yeah, well,
Um,
we'll get together again, man. What a blessing.
absolutely, phenomenal.
So, all right, I've got your name number here. We'll
Yeah.
we'll get together and then we'll book a time for a podcast. We do about 35 to 45 minutes right in there. I think anything longer than that, if people tune out.
I
Um,
understand. But I can talk
but
all day about real estate. I mean,
well,
it's in my blood.
but what we've done in the past is like if we get, sometimes you get going, and in fact, we just we had Lance Regan on a
Oh,
couple
he's
weeks ago,
great.
and we
Yeah.
never actually got to, we need to rebook and have a whole another episode because we never even got talking about real estate.
Oh, wow.
But it was so good.
Yeah.
This was really, really good.
Yeah.
So we just cut it off at 45 minutes and said, listen, we're gonna put a pin in it right here. We're gonna come right back to this. We're gonna pick up where we left off. So
Right, right.
it's me
I'd
and
love to
Dave
do that.
Stein. Dave Stein's also in Sub 2 and Gator
Yeah.
from
Yeah, I've
Bismarck.
interviewed Lance on my channel. If you look at my channel, yeah, subscribe to my channel, Rick. Have you got my channel? Let me.
I'll find it.
Yeah, it's Graham Norris Coach. It's under that. Let's see, put that in the chat as well. There we go. This is Graham Norris. That's the.
Well, speaking of coaching, if there's anything I can do for you as far as my business, I do business and wellness coaching. I'm a Donald Miller certified small business flight plan coach.
Oh, very good.
You,
Yeah,
you
I
know
turned
Donald Miller,
carnivore
correct?
6 months ago. Yeah, because I was going for infinite banking, but I had to pass the medical, so I changed my diet. I went pure carnivore, and I dropped 30 pounds, and all my numbers got straightened out. I was when I started, I was pre-diabetic. Now I'm not, and got all my numbers right by just going carnivore. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Listen, we'll book another call. We'll get together.
All right, very good, Rick. Have a great
God
day.
bless.
And you. God bless you. Bye bye.